Oh my God. So I think good morning everybody. This one's for COMMGiving. I think everybody's kind of just watching my show to see how I react to stuff that apparently everybody knows about already, like Nazis in Africa. Um, and everybody's just like having a great time on the other side of the camera. Okay, so a couple of things before I get to the real nitty gritty, which is the future of cars and where they can go with it. One, if I say you can use my idea and fair use would be just to credit me. If somebody asks you, then it's a recorded contract, right? I'm not so sure what the problem is. Like a lot of people say, well, it's a verbal contract. No, it's not a verbal contract. It's a recorded contract. If I write it down on my blog and you take a screenshot of it, if you're watching this video and you record it, it's a recorded contract. Whereas whereas what people are falling for is just like a pageantry. You got some unknown that you really can't trace down, and when you do, it's really just a mouthpiece for a corporation, and if you go ahead and use them, what happens is you end up signing a new contract you had no idea you were going to get involved with, right? So anything I say that you can reuse as fair use in exchange for saying you got it from me, go ahead. It's recorded or it's written down. All right, record contract or stated contract on a blog written down. Otherwise, everybody else just getting screwed just because of Nazi propaganda. And what do I mean by Nazi propaganda? Well, you know what the Nazis gave their audience, and social media is sort of like the opposite of that. The Nazis give the audience pageantry, right? It wasn't even like a movie or a music video, where there's money for costume, there's money for production. The Nazis gave their audience pageantry, and a lot, and they had the people show up sort of like for a big pageant. Social media is sort of like the American answer. It's not pageantry. It's people in their homes. All right. And the irony is, you don't like these clothes, but it's where you shop. That's a total complete irony. You don't like the house, but it's the neighborhood, if you're in Toronto, that you covet. You don't like the clothes, but it's where you shop. You don't like the education, but it's the school that you covet. That's the irony of social media. But everybody's falling for like the Nazi pageantry, you know. Some pretty girl who ends up, you later found out she's also so a teenage porn star, or some guy you later found out, got a criminal record, and you got let and your pride, you let it all go. For some reason, you got so much money, you just let it all go. Oh, we hired some girl that turned out to be a teenage porn star. We hired some guy that turned out to have a long criminal record. And somehow you have the money to just let it all go. But the irony of social media, what we have here is a guy wearing clothes where you all shop. You got a guy going to school at schools that you all covet, and living in a place, if you're in Toronto, that you all covet. And yet it's no good. What you do, you go out, you hire some teenage porn star, later find out she's a teenage porn star, you let it go. You hire some consultant, you later find out he's got long criminal record, you let go. And you go back, you look for more of the same. And yet, here's a guy with a recorded contract, with, recorded, written down. You like these ideas, fair use, just say you got from me. Wearing clothes where at the stores you go to, at the schools you wish you can get into, in neighborhoods where you wish you can live. And yet, you go out and hire the teenage porn star, the guy with a long prison record, and tell you, for some weird reason, psychological reason, you just let it all go, and you go back and you keep doing the same thing. So that's not the pageantry in media. Okay, and of course, you expect, and then after work, you expect people to date you. You expect the American G.I. Joe and his family to date you. Take you out for dinner, entertain you, forgive all of your failings. So obviously, it doesn't really work that way. So that's how this media nonsense has you dating a scumbag or a teenage porn star. Whereas a guy in Harvard has nothing to worry about. So it's that easy. As for cars, what should you guys do? All right, here's what you gotta do, all right? Everybody just wants a car. Driving is now a chore, right? Driving is now a chore. People aren't taking those long drives where they need the entertainment system, they need the Bose speakers, and the virtual reality goggles. They're doing it as a chore, right? But I have to tell you, the product offering for that kind of stuff, say the little tiny Ford car, when you get in, visually it's not very pleasing. So if I get into a car that visually is extremely pleasing, but if I look for a radio and there's no radio, I don't mind so much. Because I'm driving as a chore. I'm not driving for leisure. So I think you can take it from there. Now I step in, it's visually incredible, right? And it's very comfortable, right? But if I look for a radio, there isn't a radio. Maybe just a plug for my phone, that's it. Or I look for all the other stuff, there isn't anything. Because it's driving as a chore. But it looks incredible, right? I think you might get 100% market saturation if you offer a car like that. Just driving to the train station, driving to a grocery store and back. You step in, it's visually stunning, but you look for radio or anything like that, there's nothing in there. And you can use that idea as long as you credit me, and that'll be fair use. See, that's the recorded contract. So I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. Suckers.